This is question 12 from Module 2 Hard of Bluebook Practice Test number 5. Kaylani uses fabric measuring 5 yards in length to make each suit for a men's choir. The relationship between the number of suits that Kaylani made, X, and the total length of fabric that she purchased, Y, in yards, is represented by the equation Y minus 5X equals 6. What is the best interpretation of 6 in this context? So one way to solve this problem is to create your own values for X and Y and use it in context with the question to see if that helps make sense of what's happening. So for example, let's say X was equal to 2. If X is equal to 2, then Y minus 5 times 2 is 10 equals 6, which means Y equals 16. So if X is equal to 2 and Y is equal to 16, that means that Kaylani made 2 suits and the total length of fabric she purchased was 16. So purchasing 16 yards of fabric to make 2 suits. If each suit uses 5 yards of fabric, then that means she used 10 yards and she has 6 left over. So that's what this 6 represents. It's the amount of leftover fabric or fabric that was not used to create the outfit. And if we look at the answer choices, the only one that makes sense with that context is choice D. Kaylani purchased six yards more fabric than she used to make the suits. Another way to approach this problem is to notice that this equation is almost written in slope-intercept form as a linear equation. If you add 5x to both sides, you would get y equals 5x plus 6. When written in this form, it's easier to identify that this plus 6 is the y-intercept. In these types of word problems, the y-intercept represents the initial amount, or like the starting value that you begin with before the scenario starts taking place. So in other words, it could be assumed that Kaylani started with 6 yards of fabric before even starting to make suits. And again, looking at each of the answer choices, the only one that would even mention having 6 yards of fabric in addition to the yards she used to make the suits is choice D, where she had 6 more yards of fabric than she used to make the suits. So that is why choice D is the correct answer.